Hello, guys. Do you know that this Superman in reality flies in which direction? And do you know who Thanos actually is? Plus, have you ever wondered how dinosaurs in a movie are created? And how Harry Potter flies on this magical broom? I will show you some movie backgrounds after watching which you will lose your belief in superheroes. So let's start our countdown. Number one, Ninja Turtles, 2014. If we talk about the Ninja Turtles, then this 2014 movie was one of the biggest blockbuster movies. In this movie, the cartoon Ninja Turtles were converted into real life. But do you know how the four actors were converted into turtles? In the movie, these heroes look so cool. But in real life, their costumes were just as funny and ugly. These superheroes were given costumes made of a foam shell, which are just devices for motion, but in reality, these looked no less than clowns. The fun part is that in real life, they weren't even bodybuilders. In fact, it seemed as if they hadn't eaten for days. This is really unbelievable. Number two, Man of Steel. Although many films have been made about Superman, Man of Steel is among the top of the list. In this movie, Superman was shown flying in such an amazing way that it felt like everything was real. The flying science shown in this movie for Superman was done using the same method. Superman was tied with metal wires from all sides, and these wires were inflated so that it seemed like Superman was flying at the speed of a bullet. Not only this, but to give this movie a real look, green screen special effects were used, and the video was also fast-forwarded to make Superman's powers seem completely real. However, in real life, this person hanging with ropes didn't look like a superhero at all. This reality of Superman would be very disappointing for kids. Number three, Avengers: Infinity War. One of the biggest blockbuster movies was this film, which is based on its villain, Thanos. Although Thanos' character is very cruel and terrifying, do you know who Thanos is in real life? This actor you see is the same actor who played Thanos in all the Avengers movies. To give Josh the form of Thanos, this motion capture suit was worn, which matched perfectly with the jacket. You wouldn't believe that to give Thanos a real look, a picture of Thanos was attached above Josh's head. The fun part is that Thanos looks as dangerous in the movie, but in the real world, he looked like a joker. Even the costume was so funny that if kids saw it, they would start laughing. Anyway, the editor of this film really did wonders by turning this cartoon into Thanos, and it didn't even seem like the terrifying villain was actually a joker. Number four, X-Men: Days of Future Past. Guys, most of you have must-seen X-Men movies in one of the movie of X-Men, Days of Future Past, which has a scene in which the fast mutant runs at a speed of 300 kilometers per second to save his friends from firing bullets. This scene was so amazing that watching it in slow motion is fun, but did you know how this scene was made? To create this scene, all the objects were tied with a wire, then they were lifted into the air and the slow motion effect was added. To give Quicksilver this speed, he was made to run on a treadmill and a blue wind was blown at him, so that it appeared that he was running at a speed of 3,000 kilometers per hour. Although this clip was just 2 minutes long, the kitchen sequence alone taking over a month to shoot, high-speed cameras captured the intricate details, and Evan Peters performed many of his stunts, adding authenticity to the super speed effect. The result was really worth watching. Number five, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. In this world, there might be hardly a child who hasn't watched or heard about the famous Harry Potter movie. The most amazing science in this film series is Jim. Harry Potter and his friends fly while sitting on a magical broom. But did you know how this scene was shot? You'll be amazed to know, while making this movie, Harry Potter and his friends sat on real brooms. Actually, the brooms were attached to metal rods. The entire set was covered with green and blue screens so that special effects could be added to make it look real. Moreover, to make the screen even more realistic, a 30-mile windstorm was created with the help of Harry Potter's air blower. With this storm, watching this scene made it seem like they were really flying. Anyway, this movie was really amazing. Number 6, Ant-Man, 2015. If we talk about Ant-Man, this Marvel movie is one of the funniest and most amazing movies. In this, Ant-Man becomes as small as an ant and can grow as large as a mountain. But do you know how this movie was made? First, if we talk about Ant-Man's suit, there was nothing special about it. You'll be amazed to know that it was made from a motorcycle tire, which was made of leather. 90% of the scenes in this movie were completely CGI and had no relation to reality. To convincingly portray the shrinking effect, the filmmakers used a combination of macro photography and motion capture, and very little performance was done by the actors. Everything was created with the help of computers. In the scenes where the actor becomes small, Scott was made to wear a special suit that made him behave as if he was really tiny. However, when these scenes were made, nothing was around him. Everything was added through editing. Well, this movie was really amazing. Number 7, Captain America: Civil War, 2016. Captain America is one of the coolest Marvel heroes. Many of you must have seen this helicopter scene from Captain America: Civil War. In this scene, the hero stops a helicopter from flying, but the fun part is that Captain America holds the helicopter with his hands in the sky. It looks pretty cool in the movie, but in reality, during the making, Captain didn't hold a helicopter, but just an iron frame. This frame was attached to a lever, which made it appear as though it was the helicopter's stand, but in reality, there was no helicopter. The stand was converted into a helicopter through editing with the help of a green screen. The fun part is that Captain also did such amazing acting that it felt like he was really stopping the helicopter. What could be a more perfect scene than this? Number 8, Jurassic World. Other movies related to dinosaurs are all blockbusters. Of course, dinosaurs are no longer in this world, and everyone wants to see them. If we talk about Jurassic World, it's one of the most hit films made on dinosaurs. The dinosaurs shown in this movie look completely real, but did you know how they were made? You'll be surprised to know that the filmmakers employed a combination of animatronics and CGI. Legacy Effects created detailed dinosaur models for close-up shots, providing actors with tangible references during filming. And the actors on the shooting set wore green suits, and a fake dinosaur helmet was placed on them. The fun part is that these dinosaur helmets were so poor and fake that even kids wouldn't be scared. But when special effects were added, the dinosaurs seemed completely real. The truth is that if you see how these films were made, you will lose your belief in superheroes.